All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, you see it on the screen here, we're going to be talking about some red, yellow Sabo. I've got a, let me say it like this. Today's video will basically act as a deep dive, comprehensive deck builders update to red, yellow Sabo. I've got a version I'm working on that I think is going to be, I think you guys might really like. It's a little bit of a hybrid version. I don't want to spoil it too much in the intro here, but it's performing very well, and I think it will also transition into OP09 seamlessly, totally flawlessly, and we'll talk a little bit about that in today's video. But today's entire video is about red, yellow Sabo. It's time for an update, and one thing I want to mention up front here, guys, because of that, no VV Lab today and no topic of the day. Don't worry. That has been, the topic of the day has been a lot of fun. We're not getting rid of that, but whenever we have these super focused videos, we got to lock in. Okay, so let's get into the video today because we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of games to go over red, yellow Sabo. I've got about 15 or so games I want to go over with everyone. Okay, I'll have everything time-stamped in the general can't talk, guys. I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description of the video. I will have all relevant deck lists and links or anything like that down in the comment section. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to ask them in the comment section below. Now, let's do this, guys. Let's get into these games. I really want to show you guys this the new deck I'm working on right now. Okay, let me get this leader thing out of the way. And I guess I can move my camera back a little bit. There we go. Okay, let me scoot up, guys. Got to scooch the chair up. And here we go. Volume is off. Speed is on 2x. And here we go. So, first game up here, we have a game against Enel. And guys, I tried to get a lot of meta decks that I could go against to show off this new version. Notice what's in my hand. It looks all over the place, right? I've got Revo Army in here. I've got Ace in here. I've got Kikanojo, Nami, Dragon. It's madness, right? But watch. It actually works very well, guys. Check this out. So, we did go second against Enel. Not a big deal. We're just going to play this Kikanojo out on curve. We're going to take this hit. We're not going to use the trigger. It's not going to do much for us here. And then it wouldn't do anything really, right? Because I can't even... I guess I could have KO'd the Flampe, but why would I care about that? Then they play, Enel follows up with a Kikanojo of their own. So, let's see what we can do next here. Playing out OP09. And all three of those were Revo Army targets, right? But only two were something I could get. We grab the Lindbergh. We swing it for 6. They're down to 1 life, and we have 3 characters on the board. So, okay, we do have to respect their attacks here because they have 7 Dawn active. They might be playing the Rush Enel. I'm not sure. But we have to respect that. We do have to respect that if they play it. There it is. And we expected to get hit with that, so that's why we counted out so aggressively so we could take that hit. But now, our turn, right? Watch this, guys. This deck, I'm trying to combine a lot of things, which means the consistency might not be 100%. However, still, okay, they got pretty lucky there. Let's just call it what it is. They did hit a Nami trigger, KOing my 5-cost Ivankov. This turn was going to be 5 times more explosive if they had not hit that, but it's not the end of the world. So watch what happens here, guys. We'll go and attach 1 Dawn to the... Actually, we'll swing for 6 first, see what they get. We'll attach 1 Dawn to the leader. We'll push the Ace back. We'll swing for 7, popping the Flampe. Let's see if he decides to take this or not. This is going to hurt. Okay, he takes it. Well, I've got really bad news for him. I've got a 7K and an 8K coming in next. So now he's going to have to give me the 0-cost 3K, coming in for 8K. He barely gets out of that. He has 3 cards left. Guys, it's turn 5. Understand how, lightning fast, how aggressive this has been. Okay, you're going to attack for 7. We're not giving him that. 6 into 6. We're not giving him that. And now he has 1 attack left. How is he supposed to survive? The answer is just nothing but triggers, right? That's the only way he can get out of this. Okay. I'm trying to do the math correctly here. Swing for 7. I think that's a good starting point. It goes through. Okay, let's see if he gets a trigger. Yep. Obviously, they always get triggers, right? But I don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll swing it for 5. Or for 7, excuse me. He had enough to get out of that, but now I can get through for sure here. And now, even if it was a beige, it doesn't matter. Let's see what was in his hand. It was a Gadatsu, so either way, we were good. Now, again, guys, realize how fast, how aggressive that pull would have been if we did not lose 2 characters from trigger KO, which you can't play around that, right? There's no way to really get around that unless you have enough banish or something. But guys, this version, it has no problem going wide, and it has no problem being explosive. So that's going to be a major theme of today's video, so let's keep that in mind. Okay, so that was versus Enel. Now we got a game versus Blue Doflamingo. Okay, and like I said, I think I mentioned it earlier in the last game, I'm trying to, have lots of meta matchups for this deck, just to kind of show it off, to show that it can compete against pretty much anything in the format, guys. Okay, they're going to play out Perona here. Let's see what happens next. We're just waiting for them to set their top 5 cards. That's all that's happening right now. Beautiful. We're going to play out the Kuma aggressively to pop the Searcher so they can't return it back with Trafalgar Law, with that card right there. With that card right there. Now, he doesn't get to bounce my card back or anything like that. We got rid of a Searcher. And I almost... pause. So real quick, I'll try not to pause too much, but this is important to note. When it comes to Doflamingo, that Trafalgar Law is pretty much the best card in the deck because it pulls back the Perona to hand, and even if he had nothing to bounce on my side, it doesn't matter. He gets to pull back the Perona and set his next top 5 cards, and then he'll play out another one and set his next top 5 cards. You see what I'm saying? Like, that Trafalgar Law, getting rid of his targets is a very, very important thing, and that's where Lindbergh and Kuma come in very handy. Okay, here we go. So we're going to play out the cross. I'll swing 5 into 4. If he wants to save this, I'm fine with it. He'll give me a double 1K. Wow. So he gave me a 1K there, and he countered out with a Charlotte Pudding. So I'm wondering if he's actually not worried. Okay, pause. That was a big deal. I wonder if he just doesn't care about knocking down my hand size, which is very smart. Because between the trigger cards and my Nami, I can keep my hand size pretty low, pretty consistently. So that Pudding does not have a lot of value against me. However, he swings in for 7. We take it. We get a Lindbergh into play, and here we go. He's going to swing in for 7 more. I can 2K, 1K to get out of this, but should I? I guess the answer is yes. I decide to. Whether I should have or not, that's the call we're going with. And here we go. So a lot of things I can do here, right? There's a lot of things that I can do here. I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to do it. Okay, so we're going to drop his power by 1,000, swing in there. And now, I mean, we can honestly just Fire Fist this card off the board. I don't think we need to swing into it. But we're going to swing 4 into it to try to get cards out of hand. And, yeah, at this point, okay, let's just start swinging. Trying to get the math just right here. I'm like, do I actually even want to swing with Lindbergh? The answer is I think I should have, because if he has Gravity Blade Raging Tiger here, it just, yeah. So I absolutely should have swung with the Lindbergh. That was a play mistake. So my turn, play out the Imperial Ivankov. I just got my board back. In fact, I just got a better board than what I had. And if he doesn't have another Gravity Blade Raging Tiger to follow this turn up with, then the value gets really crazy, right? Then I can start pulling back my Ivankov to my life and start refilling the board in that way. And that is one of the things I really love about the Revo Army list. Okay. So here we go, guys. I have a Galaxy Wink, a Fire Fist, a Lindbergh, a Karasu, and a Monkey D. Dragon in hand, and I'm sitting pretty right now. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this game. So we're just waiting on the opponent here. They're going to cheat out the Jinbei. They're swinging for 8, cheat out Jinbei, Weevil, Jinbei plus Boa Hancock. They got an absolutely incredible way to fill out their board here. Okay, how are we going to deal with this? How are we going to deal with this? Very carefully, right? That's the answer, right? Very, very carefully is how we're going to deal with this. Okay, so let's see what we decide to do here. So I'm trying to do a little bit of math in my head. I have a lot of things going through my head right now. I'm trying to figure out how to do this exactly correctly. And there are multiple plays we can do this turn. There's not just one play we can do this turn. Okay? So we're going to give minus 4,000 to the Boa. We're going to play out the Kuma to pop that. So now we can actually swing in with the Lindbergh to pop something else, right? And it looks like we're going to play out the Karasu here. We're going to play out the Galaxy Wink. This is a really nice synergy. Minus 1,000 more. 7 into there. 5 into there. I have 1 Dawn left for the turn. What do y'all think I'm going to do with that? Yep. We're going to attach it to the leader. Pushing back the Lindbergh. Swing for 6. Swing for 8. You're on... This guy's in, you know... He is walking on thin ice, right? He is in deep, deep trouble. Okay. Bouncing stuff back. Okay. Lindbergh into Law. Bouncing back my Karasu. They pulled back... What was it? A Perona or something? Let me see something. They pulled back a Perona with that. Okay, so that is why that card is so good, guys. They pull back the Perona. They're swinging it for 7. I can't counter out of this, so I have to be aggressive here. I just have to say, okay, then I'm gonna match your aggression with aggression, right? We're gonna fight fire with fire here. I don't have a choice, so I have to take this. They have no more attacks. I need to play this card out. Yep, absolutely. He has Jozu. He's going to pull back Jinbei, and he's going to push back my Karasu or whatever, or the not Lindbergh, the Morley. And now here we go, guys. It's time to start smashing in for 7s across the board to the best of my ability, right? So he gives me a 2K, 1K. We're going to swing in here, push this back, or excuse me, I'm going to attach 1 to the leader, swing for 7. Okay, now we're going to play out Dragon. We're going to swing for 8. I'm calling it. I'm saying, hey, either you got it or you don't. And he did not have it. He only had 2K left in hand because we were attacking so aggressively. Again, just kind of an idea there of what this deck can do, even without the ace combo. The ace combo is just kind of icing on the cake, right? It's like if you could get that ace combo going, it's a wrap. But even without it, the deck is still able to perform very well. Okay, next game we got against Purple Yellow Pudding. Okay, this was kind of just a random game. Okay, speed 2x, volume's off, we're good to go. And here we go. Look at that hand. I decide, yep, not a huge fan of it, and then I get an even worse hand, I think. Well, maybe not a worse hand, but it's probably just as bad. The first hand had Pudding, but Pudding's not exactly great against, excuse me, the first hand had Nami, and it's not exactly great against Pudding. That's what I was trying to say. So they play out the Viola. They're going to reset their top 2 cards here. So this guy's playing a version that can pretty much... He chose not to turn his cards face down, though. Okay, well, if that's the case, then, you know, whatever. We'll swing for 5, and he decides to block. I was very confused by that, but it was like, you know what? I just need to keep the pressure on. Even if he can ramp to 10, I just want to fill the board out and really scare this guy. Okay, so he can only get to 9 Dawn this next turn. There's no way for him to get to 10. So I can go as aggressive as I want right here. We'll smash in for 7. Okay, he gets... We knew the trigger was on top. We did already see that from when he revealed it. I get to draw 2, trash 1. I'm going to trash the Galaxy Wink. Not exactly the best card against this matchup. We're going to swing for 6. They give us a 2K, pushing that card back. Swing for 7. Okay, that's a big hit, guys. That's a big attack coming in. And now it's their turn. They only have 9 Dawn to work with this turn. So what are they going to do? They're going to swing for 9 into 7. I'm actually going to save that. I'm saying, no, I'm not just going to let you have it for free. You're going to have to give me your whole turn to get this card. And it's like, okay, all right, yeah, he did, right? It's like, okay, well, he did give me his whole turn. Okay, that's fair. Fair is fair, right? Fair is fair. But I have 8 Dawn this turn. I have a lot of different options here. Let's see what I choose to do. Honestly, I think I should, so I'm looking back, and I don't think I make this play. Oh, maybe I do. I was going to say, I think I should play out the Dragon and attach 2 Dawn to the Jewelry Bonnie and just go super aggressive here and try to draw some cards. So swing for 5. They counter out. Okay, that's fine. Am I going to do it? Here we go. Attach. Oh, I attached 2 to the Dragon. We're going to go 11 into 7. He has to give me a 2K, 2K, 1K to get out of this or more. Okay, that card's gone. Now it's like, okay, do you want to play out the 10 cost, what's her name? The 10 cost Linlin? The answer is no. The answer is they're going to swing for 15 into my guy, and they basically just gave me a free turn there. They basically just gave me a free turn. I'll swing 5 into 5 here. This is going to force a card out of hand. They don't want to give me the easy 5K attacks. And if this is where if I had Emporio Ivankov, it would be absolutely disgusting, right? Emporio Ivankov right here would just be insane. So we're going to trash, draw 2 trash 1. I trash the Morley. I play out the Karasu. I play out the other Morley, and I'm going to pass the turn. Okay, Yamato popping that. I'm actually going to fully counter out to save that Jewelry Bonnie, because guess what? I just trashed 3 cards, but I'm going to draw a card for the turn, and then when I attack, I'm going to draw 2 trash 1 whenever I deal damage. So I'm not really scared, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're going to swing for 7 here, see what they decide. Yep, they're going to 0 cost 3K, seems good. But I still have more attacks, guys. I still have more attacks. Swing for 7. They take it. We get to draw 2 trash 1. We don't need the Fire Fist. We'll push the Jewelry Bonnie to life. Plus 2,000 on the Morley. Swing for 8. They 2K to get out of that. They've had a lot of counter power this game, guys. They've had a lot of counter power. So I'm up to 4 life, though. I'm up to 4 life. They're down to 1. They're going to have to play out the 10 cost Linlin very soon, unless they just don't have it. Okay, Yamato's not bad either. They pop the Morley. Not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. We get the trigger, draw 2 trash 1. We're fixing our hand. Finally get an Ivankov. So this card, what it allows for us to do, I was hoping to get a Karasu, by the way. That's why I played it first. Ended up not a big deal. But right here, now we're going to be able to swing in for 7, and then swing in for whatever's left. Maybe play out the Lindbergh. But real quick, that Ivankov allows you to do so much. It allows you to refill your board. It's a huge body. 5 cost 6K is very relevant at any stage of the game, and then you could just go from there. And with it being a 5 cost target, it's actually very important into the blue mirror, or the blue mirror, excuse me, into the blue matchup, because they can't bounce it with Trafalgar Law, but they can bounce it with Jozu. Okay, so they hyper-aggressively countered out of a 9K attack right there, and probably for a good reason, probably very smart. So they're going to swing for 5. That means it's probably going to be a 10 Lin this turn. I've got them up against the ropes, though. It's like, you know, if you attack enemy, you're giving me 6K bodies. So choose wisely. Okay, they play out the ace, and they are scared to attack, guys. But here's the issue. I mean, I get it. I get why they're scared to attack. but I'm going to keep gaining life every turn if I have to. And now, okay, top 5 search, we get another Ivankov. Play out the Ivankov. I still can't get the Karasu, man. I can't find Karasu anywhere. Where are you, Karasu? But that's okay. We still have a lot going on here. We're going to swing for 7. I probably could have tried to go for game, but that's why you don't try to go for game. He hit me with a beige there. Swing for 7. This will probably go through or give me both cards left in his hand. I would just take this. I don't think you even have a choice. The game, okay, and they got a trigger from it. That gave them a life, so that was pretty good. Okay, they got you're the one who should disappear. Okay, 9 into 5. Hey, you can have that thing. By all means, swing in so I can see what I'm saying with Ivankov, guys? Hey, I'll gladly play that card out again. I can fill up the board again with it, try to go for another Karasu. Okay, so here we go. We're going to swing for 7. He does have a blocker, but what is that going to do? He has 1 card in hand. Now he has 2 cards in hand. Now, guess what, guys? Don't forget what Morley does. If he has 7,000 power or more, he cannot be blocked. So what's going to happen here? It's going to go through. He has no way out of it. GG. Morley cannot be blocked, just like Luffy. He cannot be blocked unless, in this case, or excuse me, if he has 7,000 power or more. Okay, really good stuff there. So that was against Purple Yellow Pudding, which is a very tough matchup for us with our Red Yellow Sabo. It can be, at least. All right, next up we have a game of Nami. This is a very strong matchup nowadays, right, guys? You have to make sure your deck can beat Nami, or you're going to be very upset if you go to a tournament and they drop and they play Nami on you, and they reveal Nami and you can't beat it. Okay, double Karasu start. We're going to take that every single time, and we're also going second, so we get to drop it right on turn 2. We're going to draw first for the turn here. The only thing that could have made this, I probably could have played out the ace, by the way. I don't think it would have been a bad idea to play out the ace there, the 2-cost ace. We're going to swing for 6. Let's see if he gives me the blocker. He has no Dawn up, so I'm not scared to attack. He gets no trigger. I play out the Morley. I'm trying to save the Karasu to play in a way where it's more surprising for him to deal with, and I can get attacks in the meantime. Okay. You could have definitely played out the Karasu there, though, if you're wondering. For anyone who might be wondering, like, hey, could I have played out the Karasu there? Would that have been a better play? A better play, I don't know, but it definitely would have been something. It's something you could have done for sure. Okay, playing out Kaya. This is getting annoying. I have 8 Dawn this turn, though. Let's see what I choose to do with it. I think this would be a great Karasu turn. Okay, absolutely. 3,000 power leader swinging for 5 into 3. Let's see what they decide to do here. They have 3 Dawn active. Let's see what they decide to do with it. Okay, swinging 2,000 power over is a big deal, guys. Swinging 2,000 power over their power is a big, big deal. So they just had to give me 2 cards from hand just to get out of that. Okay, but I still have a 5 and a 7k attack coming in. I might not even swing with Morley because I don't want him to KO my Morley. He gives me a blocker. I'm like, okay, well, that was interesting. Well, then let me swing for 5 more. We'll get some cards out of hand here. Or a life. We'll take either one. Okay, Nami is deep in the tank here, guys. Remember, I do have this on 2x speed, but this is a very tough turn for Nami. I think they should use Snake Dance here if they have it. If I have Snake Dance, I'm Snake Dancing right now, and I'm pulling back my Kaya. Okay, they did not have Snake Dance. It looks like they had, what was that, maybe, Desert Spada. They used Desert Spada. And let's see how else they're going to get out of it, because that only gives them plus 2,000. Was that another Desert Spada? I think they did 2 Desert Spadas in a row. Okay. Your turn, right? Your turn. Kaya, I have 2 Karasus on the board. That is going to add up very, very quickly. And I'm about to be on 10 Dawn. So, guys, watch this next turn. If you're curious, like if you want to know how explosive this deck can get, you're about to see. You're about to find out, right? The only thing that I'd like to add to this deck at some point is maybe some way to draw cards from my life. Okay, so playing this guy out, add 2 to the Karasu. We're going to swing for 7 into 4. Okay? 7 into 4. That's right, guys, because Karasu, remember, if you attack with 7,000 power or more, you can minus 1,000 power, just like his on-play effect. Swing for 7 more. Okay. Now, I didn't have to worry about putting anything on my leader this turn because I don't want to get cards off my board. Now I'm going to swing for 5 with the Morley. Then I can swing for 5 with the leader. Then 7. Then 9. This guy has no Dawn left, and I have not even done half my attacks yet, right? So here comes 5 into 3. So that would cost a 2k and a 1k. Remember, guys, he has no Dawn active. He doesn't have any Dawn. So swinging in for 5 into 3. Again, unless he wants to give me a Kaya and a Gloriosa. He gives me a Kaya and an Apis, because he's in that much trouble, guys. He still has 23 cards left in his deck. The game's not over, but he is in deep, deep trouble. Okay, he gets 2 draw, 2 trash 1 triggers in a row. Or it was like draw 1, trash 1 for the first one, and then draw 2, trash 1 for the second one. And your turn. If he cannot get rid of these Karasus, it's over. Okay, I'm not going to give it to you for a 1K attack, right? We're not going to give you the 5K trade there. I would have countered out with every card in my hand if I had to. If it would have saved him. Okay, there's a Kaya. So draw 2, trash 2. I think they're down to like around 14 or 15 cards in deck now. Let's see what happens. Okay. And here we go. My turn. Draw a card for the turn. And guys, this turn, it is time to go aggressive. It is time to go super aggressive. Watch when I say aggressive, watch what I'm talking about here. This is what I mean when I say aggressive. So 7 into 4, right? Okay, he does Snake Dance, pulling back Kaya. I'm going to replace the Karasu with a new dragon to attach 2 Dawn to the Karasu to swing 7 into 3. Guys, 7 into 3. He has 1 life left. Remember, he has 1 life left. And I have not even... I've only done 2 attacks. I still have 5 attacks coming in, guys. This is a nightmare situation for my opponent. And honestly, there might have been... Okay, they just tap out right here. There may have been an argument. Let me see something real quick. I could have replaced the... so hear me out, guys. I actually probably could have done that in a slightly even more aggressive way. Probably not much more aggressive. But I probably could have played the dragon on top of the Karasu like we did and attached 2 Dawn to my leader and then pull... and then attack with one of the dragons. It doesn't matter which one. And then pull that dragon to life and give plus 2,000 to another body. There was definitely some kind of option there. I'm not saying it was the best option. I think this option was good. But there were other options as well. Bottom line, though... This Nami is going to have to get out of a 5, 5, 7, 9, 9 on just 4,000 power because they did use a white snake to get up to 4. It was going to be very hard. Who knows? Maybe they could have gotten close to it with all the cards in their hand. I'm not exactly sure. But with only 3 Dawn left, that's really, really tough. Okay, next game. We got a game versus Katakuri. Okay, don't think I was going to leave this one out because this is Red Yellow Sabo's toughest matchup by far. There's not a close second. I would say previous versions, I'm going to pause and we have to talk about this for a second, guys. Previous versions of Red Yellow Sabo, we're talking like a 5% chance to win. We're talking like literally like a 5 to 20%, maybe 25% chance to win on the very high end of that, where you're getting a good pull and you're getting enough aggression and things like that. The Goa Kingdom version, I think, got it closer to 40-60 because it does allow you to just get explosive. And if they don't hit every single trigger they need, you actually can pull those games off, like I said, at maybe like a 30-70 or a 40-60 rate. But this deck, I think, is closer to 40-60 and maybe even closer to 45-55. Still Katakuri favored. Still very Katakuri favored. But this deck has the best chance so far from what I've experienced. Okay, you guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below if y'all been having the same issues with Katakuri or how you're dealing with Katakuri. We get the Bello Betty start finally. We finally got a Bello Betty start, right, guys? I feel like we haven't gotten that all day. Maybe we have and I forgot, but... Gonna play out the... so swing for 5, play out Morley. They're coming in for Banish. Not a big deal. You can have the Banish. I mean, hey, look at that, guys. If we could have gotten that card, it would have been nice, but we didn't, so oh well. Okay, we just take it. We're waiting for them to pass the turn back. Every now and then, they forget to pass the turn back after attacking. Okay, there they go. Now it's our turn again. This is where a 5 Dawn Emporio-5 would just be absolutely incredible. But look at this, guys. Swing for 5. Very simple. I'll just swing for 5, see what happens. Gets a Parasparrow trigger. Very good. We actually planned for that, right? We play out the Nami. We're going to pop that. We're going to swing for 5 more. I technically should have waited before playing out the Nami since I was going to swing for 5 more. But just in case we do swing for the 5, or hang on. What am I saying just in case? I should have definitely waited to see if they got a better target for me from their triggers. Like maybe if they had gotten like a Neko Mamushi or something, that would have been a better target. But we got rid of the Parasparrow, so it's still fine. They're going to swing 7 into 5. I don't think I should save this. Yeah, I can save it, but I don't think I should. Let's see what I choose to do. Yep, let it go. Okay, he has 5 Dawn left. Swing for 7. We will take that. I think that's a great thing. Beautiful. And we got a Emporio-5. Guys, that card does a lot for this matchup because it lets us go wide. If you can go wide... Now, I almost whiffed. I almost whiffed on that, but we did not. We got Lindbergh. We're in a very good spot right now. If you can go wide against Katakuri, that's like your best bet. Because now it's like, hey, I dare you. I literally dare you to drop Linlin, right? That's kind of what you're saying to them. Swing for 5, swing for 6, play out the Bello Betty, your turn. They're on their 8 Dawn turn. We're going to trash the top card of our life with zero hesitation. 5 into 5. Give them the Lindbergh here. 1K counter out. And guys, now it's time to just go crazy here, right? We'll replace Bella Betty. Give him minus 1,000. We'll attach. Let's see how we decide to do this. I need to get as much damage out as possible this turn. That's what's going through my head because I want to make it where he does not want to go for lethal. Or excuse me, for Linlin next turn. I'm going to swing 7 into 4, popping the Nami. He takes it. Let's see what he gets. Okay, just waiting for the trigger. Okay, no trigger. Very nice. No trigger is always a good day for us over here in the Red Yellow Sabo camp, right? Okay, so we've got a 7K attack coming in here. I'm trying to do as much math as I can. I'm probably going to swing for 6. Remember, it's 6 into 4, okay? There goes the one cost 3K counter. We'll go for 6, and then we'll go in for 9. Okay? He could not get out of the 9K attack. Almost, if he had more Dawn, he could have. Guys, look at all those defensive events in their hand. That is crazy. Like, not bad. I don't mean crazy in a bad way. It's like once they drop that Linlin, if they can survive like that, whew, man. And as you can see, Flame Split is such an important card offensively and defensively, right, guys? Because if they drop down the Linlin and they get knocked down to like 1 or 2 life or whatever, well, that's going to be a very important card on the next turn, right? Because you start taking life and then you can start using it and save yourself in that way. Okay, Katakuri, not too bad for this matchup, but it is still Katakuri favorite. Do not take some of these games as like, oh, look, you're just going to win every time now. You're not. You know, that's just not how it works. All right, we got a game. We've got 2 more games with this version of the deck list. This one's against Lucci. Going to go 2x speed here. See how we're doing on time. Yep, we're good. Very good. And here we go, guys. This is a great pull, guys. Turn 1, Bella Betty. Going first, turn 1, Bella Betty. And watch this. I'm not even going to play the Morley, guys. I'm not even going to play the Morley. I'm actually going to play out another Bella Betty and do some searching here. Okay? Morley would have been a good call as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with playing Morley here. But, okay, they swing for 5. We're going to take it pretty aggressively. We want to get down to 2 life, guys. We do want to get down to 2 life where we can combo our aces. Right here, I've got a 5 Dawn play. I am going to play this out, and I'm going to go a little bit aggressively here. Let's see what I decide. 8 into face. Going 8 into face for a specific reason in case I have a Kikinojo in my life. I want to get them down to 3 life so I can start doing that. But they give me a 2K. We will take that. They attack in. They give us a Karasu. We'll take that for sure. We go down to 1 life. They play out a Kuzan, drawing a card. And here we go. Nice top deck, right? Very nice top deck. We might not use it this turn, but that's actually very, very relevant. Okay. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go 7 into 5 here. They've already used double 2K counters. Remember that, guys. They've already used double 2K counters. Okay, swing for 7. We've got him down to 3 life now. We've got him down to 3 life, which is very important. We've got ace in our life. He wants to attack in and give us an ace. I think we should counter out first. Yeah, and now see if he wants to attack again. Play out Gecko Moria. Because remember, guys, we have 2 aces in our hand. So if we need to, we can go, ace this turn. Okay? Okay, Rob Lucci KOs a bunch of 1 and 2 cost characters. We don't really care too much about that. Unfortunate, but it's not a huge deal. Okay, let's see how we want to do this. Playing out this. I think I want to... Yeah, I'm thinking about dropping a Karasu here and getting really aggressive. Okay, they 2K, 1K to get out of it. Very nice. We do have to attach 1 Dawn to the leader. I still have 6 Dawn left for the turn. Let's see what I choose to do. Okay. It looks like I don't know what I want to do at this point, guys. I'm going to be honest. It looks like I'm really, really deep in the tank here. I like the idea of just dropping, swing for 7, play out the Imperial Ivankov, see if we can get a card from here, like a Karasu, push this card back, give plus 2,000 there, swing in for 9. That's going through. He did not get a, so I was scared about playing out the Imperial Ivankov there, because if he had gotten a, what's it called, Ice Age, or a Tempest Kick, or a Who's Who, I didn't want to lose my 3-cost dude. If I got one, I did end up getting one, so it was a little bit scary. Guys, we have no 2K counters in hand. We have no 2K counters in hand. I'm going to give you guys a hint. I don't think there's a ton of 2K counters in this deck. Okay, this is like a very kamikaze-style deck. Okay, so they swing in for 7, into my 7. I just go ahead and 1K counter out. They pop my guy with the Jack. They swing for 7 into face here. I go ahead and take that, which was a little bit scary, a little bit dangerous for sure. But here we go. Here we go, guys. I have an unblockable character on the board, by the way. I mean, so I guess that's why they didn't even try to develop a blocker. It wouldn't have done much, I guess. I don't know. I would have at least tried. Okay, 2K, 1K. Guys, I only have 1 chance in this situation, I think, and it's to go like this. Swing 7. Yep. Play out this guy. swing 8, swing 9. You have it or you don't, and sometimes they do, and sometimes they do not. He only had 2K counter left in hand. And guys, remember, he gave me 2K counters on one turn. He gave me 2K, 1K here and there. Like, this was a very aggressive start. This was very hard for them to keep up with. Okay, so, and then I got one more. Excuse me, I got one more game of this version of the deck against another game versus Blue Doffy. Very, very enjoyable version of Red Yellow Sabo, guys, I have to say. It feels like it has a pretty decent matchup against the entire meta. And that's not to say it's like a 100% win rate against anything. But I would say it's like 50-50 against almost every single deck, with maybe a few decks that are above that and like Katakuri's below that. Katakuri / Enel, I would say, are just under 50% win rate. And then everything else might be right at 50 or better. So we'll take those, right? We take those. Okay, 6 and a 6 here. Then we'll go ahead and give him 8 and a 6, and we'll pop his dude, the 3,000 power 2-cost Blackbeard. We'll push our Lindbergh back to life, and your turn. We're kind of back to square one now for him, right? Like we're back up to 4 life, and we just cleared his board. He only has 5 cards in hand, and we have 6. So we're doing pretty well right now. And now, does he want to attack me? Because if he attacks me, guess what I'm going to play from the top of my life? That's right, you guessed it, Lindbergh. And he said, no, I don't want that, which is reasonable, right? Okay, now here we go. Swing for 6. This is so good right here, guys. Play out the Ivankov. Now, I did only get a Bello Betty, but I get a search, I get a 2K counter, and we're fine with that, right? We filled out the board. This is something for him to have to start worrying about. It's, it's not horrible, but it's something he has to start worrying about. Okay, did he fix our hand a little bit? Let me see something. Well, all right, so this was the hand we had. Hang on, guys. Let me let it go past this part. So he's going to play out a pudding here, and this, remember, our hand was not exactly great. It wasn't bad, because we had Kikinojos lined up to start dumping, but, like, our hand was nothing crazy, right? We have, everything is really small in hand. A 2-cost, 1-cost, 2-cost, 2-cost, the 2 Kikinojos, and then Dragon's just whatever. That's just our finisher, not a big deal. Actually a dead card in hand currently. Then he goes ahead and plays out, okay, we get Dragon back and a Kikinojo back, but he gave us a Nami, a Deathwink, and a Morley. So it's like, okay, very nice. You gave me some cards to deal with there. I'm trying to think of this pudding interaction in the best way possible. Okay, so he swings in for 7, cheats out a Gecko Moria, grabs back Edward Weevil, and he's going to swing in for 7 here. I'm going to take that. I'm going to throw the Morley away and get my Lindbergh. I'm going to take the 6K hit, and here we go. Okay, so here we go. We have, this should be a very interesting turn. I have a Galaxy Wink prepared. I'm going to go plus 2,000 this guy, minus 3 to that to the pudding, popping it when I attack for 7 into 5. He chooses not to take it. I think that was very smart. And guys, I have a decision here if I want to start getting cards from his hand. So I'm going to push this card back to life, give 2,000 there. And it looks like, let's see what I choose to do, 6 into 6. I'm going for his hand. Watch this, guys. 6 into 6, 6 more into 6. And then I think it might be... And then it was going to be pop it with Nami. Actually, hang on. So now I get to go 6 into 5, getting them down to 3 life. And now I can play out the Kikinojo, and I can sit on my removal in hand. So that is an example of how to play into the board and just use your board to get cards out of their hand, right? Okay, Edward Weevil. Yep. We knew that was coming. We saw him get out of the trash with the Gecko. He plays out the Buggy there, so he's going to set his top 3 cards, swinging for 8. He sets a Jinbei. He's going to pull another Edward Weevil out of hand, drawing a card with that. 8 into 6 here. I can save this, but is it the right call? And I don't think it is. As much as I really wanted to protect Ivankov, I don't think it was the right time to do that. Okie dokie. Well, guys, we've got some removal in hand, right? We have some removal in hand. Okay, play out the Nami, popping one of the Edward Weevils. I get to draw a card from that, like with the cycle. And now it looks like we're going to attach 1. We'll swing 7 into face. See, any triggers? Uh-oh, that scared me. Nope, no triggers. Okay. We will push that card back to life. Plus 2,000 to the Bello Betty. We'll go 6 into life. And I guess I'm trying to just win the game right here, right? I'm actually not worried about that, about the Jinbei. I've decided that Jinbei doesn't mean enough to me. I'd rather start really pressuring them, into losing life here. Or cards from hand. We'll take cards from hand as well, right? They play out the Boa. They're going to set their top 3, the top 3 cards in their deck. They're going to attach a Dawn to their leader for free from the effect. They're going to be able to swing for 7, and let's see what they get from it. if that's what they choose to do. They might have whiffed. You never know. Okay, 5 and a 4. You can have the Bella Betty. We're not worried about the Bella Betty. What did they have? 6. Yeah, if you attack in, I'm getting a Kikinojo. Okay. They're going to swing in, play out Trafalgar Law. They bounced. What did they bounce back? Okay, so a little bit of a play mistake there. So they meant to do that. They pushed back their own buggy to push back their own boa. But the thing is, I think they should have attacked into me first with the rest of their board and then tried to do what we just said. Right, like swing 6, then do what we just said there, so then you can bounce back my Kikinojo or my Lindbergh, depending on what you value more. Okay, not a big deal, though. We're not going to be upset when our opponents make mistakes, are we? But guys, this is a pretty serious board we're looking at now. Like this board that I have is pretty serious. So we're going to come in for 8. We're going to be 2 over their blocker. So I went for 8 instead of 7 because their blockers are 6Ks. So if they could block and then give a 2K, that's actually a very big deal. Okay, 8 more into 5. Let's see if he wants to give me a life here or give me a blocker. They choose life. We're going to swing for 7. He's going to go ahead and give me the 2K just like I was saying. So we're going to go ahead and pop this here. We're going to play out the Nami, popping the Edward Weevil. He can have that. We have 2 5-cost characters on the board, which is very relevant. They can't just bounce our stuff back with Trafalgar Laws. Because watch this, guys. This is why Trafalgar Law is just absolutely insane. If this is the turn I'm thinking of, because I think this game was from last night. It's like Sengoku. I will play out a Trafalgar Law just to bounce back my Sengoku to do more searching. It's outrageous, man. Like that little interaction there is just so crazy. Okay, 7 into 7, Trafalgar Law. They pull back the Sengoku. 7 into 7 here. I think I should protect this personally, but I might let it go because I want them to attack my life as well. It's like, hey, I'm not going to save this card. I want you to attack my life. I have 4 life, and both of these characters are coming out of my life. Okay, swing for 5. We'll take it. Now they can play out the Trafalgar. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, don't we know they have a Sengoku and Trafalgar Law in hand? I feel like the right play, because remember, it was a Kikinojo, right? So I think playing out Sengoku there and then bouncing the Kikinojo back to my hand would have been the best play because it's not a counter in my hand. I can't use it to help myself defend, right? I'd have to hard play it out, and I have other intentions this turn. Okay, but that's okay. Like I said, if that's how they want to play their turn, it's up to them. Okay, well, here we go, guys. I think it's time to drop. It might be, okay, I have 2 ways to play this. I could go aggressively right here and drop the dragon and go for life, or I could play out the Kikinojo, get it to life, and keep swinging for big attacks like 7 and 7 here with the Nami and everything. I like this call better. We're going to swing for 9 here. They block it. We're going to push this guy back to life and swing for 9 more. And now that's a 7,000 power character. This will be going through, like almost no matter what, right? They had 5 cards in hand, or 4 cards. All right, their turn. Yeah, I think they had 5 cards in hand, so now they're up to 7 because they drew that one, and then they drew for the turn. Okay, this is a nightmare. Yeah, they go ahead. They did say GG in the actual comment box or whatever. They said GG and they just passed out. Like, or they had conceded. What are they going to play here? They have no way of winning the game this turn. It doesn't matter if they had, even if they attacked into every card of my life and they hit me with a pudding. It doesn't matter because I could just swing for 15 next turn because they have no blocker. Okay, really good game there though. Really, really good stuff. Okay, so that's it for the hybrid version. We will be checking that out in a minute, but I want to keep going, guys. I want to get through a lot of these Red, Yellow, Sabo games I have. We're going to check out 3 games of the Sky Island version now, okay? All right, so this is now, remember, this is not the Revo Army version anymore. Now we're on the Sky Island version. We're going to go against Green Uda, and here we go. This is a version that I think is actually really, what's the word? I think it's better than people think. All right, so swing for 5 here. We'll just give him a 1K. Yeah, we'll give him the Braum because that's more for against decks that have stages. But I think a lot of people underestimate this version of the list. But look at this, guys. Okay, turn 1 Shura. Now I'm going to swing for 5. We'll see what he does. Turn 2 Ohm. We find the dog. Seems good. Play that out. Your turn. And it's about that tempo, guys. I've mentioned this before. I'm going to mention it again in a second because I want to show the follow-up here. So now we're on a 6 Dawn turn. We'll play out Shura. We'll grab Ohm. And, yeah, I guess we'll just start beating them down, right? We'll just start beating them down aggressively here. This is rough. Swing 5, swing 5, swing 5, swing 5. Play out this guy. Find another dog. And some people might say that this was a high roll. Sure, you can say that. But at the same time, you know, there's other cards I could have drawn there other than Ohm. So we'll take what we can get. All right. So what was I going to say? This version. Oh, and what I was going to say was this. If you're not developing a body, that develops another body, or develops a body that removes your opponent's body, then you're probably not doing well that turn. That was a less than optimal turn on the turns that does happen. Okay, so what do we do here, guys? We have them down to 3 life. They do have 7 cards in hand, but we can start going into the board if we want to. But yeah, 5 into 5, we'll take that. Just a nice annoying little 5, right? Okay, swinging for 6. We're coming in with Enel for 7, guys. Absolutely brutal. And Enel, remember, guys, Enel's very hard to deal with. That's a character you can't just remove for free. They play out the absolutely most insane, Uda 7 Dawn turn or 7 Dawn play there. I aggressively counter out to save my characters because that is a very, very high value play, and I can't keep up with that with this version of the deck unless I stay aggressive, right? That's like pretty much my only chance is to stay super hyper aggressive right here. So we swing for 7, they block and give me a 1k counter. Guys, I'm just going for face. I don't know if they know that or not, but we're actually just going all in here. Maybe not all in, but we're actually going super aggressively here. So we'll swing for 7. They give me 2k, 1k, push this guy back, swing for 9. They get, oh, and that's it. Okay. I expected them to counter out of that, and then it'd be one more turn, and I have to win on the crackback. Because now, once you get that Luffy loop going, where it's like, hey, my top life card's a Luffy, you know? So, hey, if you'd like to attack, be my guest, right? Be my guest. Because if they attack, right, they give me the Luffy back, and I can swing it unblockable. It's a very hard card to deal with. But oh well. That was a fun one. Okay, one more. We got 2 more games of the Sky Island version. This next one's versus Boa. All right. And I really want to know what you guys think, man. How have y'all been doing? For all the players out there who play Red, Yellow, Sabo, what version are you liking the most? The one that I was recommending last week was the Goa Kingdom version for now. But we're going to talk about this new Revolution Army hybrid Goa package that I was running today and how it transitions into OP09. And guys, there might be something there, but I want to know what's been working for you guys. Okay, so they get out a lot of searchers on turn 1. They do Sengoku, then they set the top of their the top 3 cards of their deck with Boa, with Buggy. We're going to play out the Shura here. They're swinging in for 5. I have to respect Pudding. Remember, guys, if you're playing against a blue deck, you better not be above 6 cards, or you're asking for it. Okay, swinging in for 6 here. I think I probably could 2k counter out of this, or take it. Yeah, I could take it. Nice, never punish. We get Shura, very good. And here we go, 2 into 2. He's not going to save that. We'll swing 6 in the face here. We'll play out the Ohm. Very nice. It was actually very high. It was very, very likely that I find Holy there. Because remember, guys, I think I went through 2 Shura searches and didn't see a single Holy or a single Ohm. So after going through the 3rd search with Ohm, that's 15 cards through the deck, right? Yeah, and so here we go. They're going to swing in for 5. In a 5, I'm going to 1k counter out. They play out Boa. They lock down my Ohm, and it's their turn. Right? And then it's my turn. Okay, so they have 4 Dawn, or 4 lives. That Sengoku is about to not have any value, but oh well, right? It does happen. It is what it is. So let's see what happens here. Swing in for 7. I think I'm just going to play out this 5 call 7k guy and say go. Which I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's the right call or not, but that's what we went with. Because if they have a Gravity Blade, it's always about Gravity Blade, guys. It's always about playing around what your opponent has. And if they have Gravity Blade, I wish I at least could have swung for 5 with Holy. But at the same time, maybe that wouldn't have really mattered because, you know, they're going to draw the card back anyway if they counter out. It doesn't really matter too much, I guess. Okay, swing in there. I'm going to take that. We get a Satori. Very, very nice. Now they better have a Gravity Blade. Right now it's like, okay, hey, I hope you have one heck of a follow-up. They might have Jinbei. Yeah, Gecko into probably Jinbei into something like a Boa or another Gecko or a Weevil or Trafalgar Law. Or Trafalgar Law. Pulling back the Gecko. Very nice. Now they can do what they want with that. And they'll probably push back the Ohm. Ohm was probably not the right target, by the way, guys. I feel like maybe Holy was a better target because I could potentially play out the Ohm again to get another Holy, right? So I think they're both 5,000 power. I guess technically Ohm was 6, but still, I don't know. It's hard to say because you're gonna potentially give me more value here. I'm gonna swing for 6. I'm gonna swing for 6. I'm trying to get the 2k counters out of their hand because this is probably gonna be a slugfest, right? So we're gonna swing for 7 into face here. It looks like maybe not. We'll see what happens. I gotta do a little bit of math here. Yep, swing for 7. Play out the Luffy. Going to get him in a little bit of a loop right here. They give me a 2k, 1k. We'll push that back. We'll hit him for 7, 8 more. Okay. So they're down to 1 life. We're up to 3. We have a full board that they do need to kind of start to deal with, or it's just going to get too ugly. The Revo Army type of package, like with Red Yellow Sabo, how you can push around, or not package, but the effect that Red Yellow Sabo has, being able to get extra value from your cards, sending them to life, that extra plus 2,000 power. Remember, guys, every time I do plus 2,000 power on a 5,000 power target, that is 2 extra cards from their hand to block it, or they have to take it. Okay? So they swing 8 into 7. We're going to 2K. So he's trying to... Okay, and then they just immediately quit, guys. So they literally just immediately rage quit out of that. I don't know why. I don't think it was over yet. But I guess they were just like, okay, even if they play out the 10-drop Kaido, which was probably their next play, by the way. I think there's a reason they swung for 5, swung for 8, swung for 5. Or, I guess they would have swung for 5 with Law. I don't know. The reason they were going to do that, or maybe they meant to attack into my... my dog, the Holy, and then they were probably going to swing for 5 more into it with Law. But if that's the case, guys, I'm going to aggressively counter out because I smell blood in the water. I'm going all in next turn. Because if they play out that dragon and draw 4 cards, I don't care, right? It doesn't matter to me because I'm going to go bare minimum 4 7s. That's like the very bare minimum. So that is going to be, so 4 7s, right? So 4 times 2, that would be at least 8 cards from hand, and I still have 3 life if that were the case, if they were going for my board like that. But since they didn't go for the board, I had the Luffy to be able to swing for 5 7s, right? It's just a nightmare. Okay, we got one more game of the red-yellow Sabo Sky Island version. We got a game versus Smoker. Okay, speed 2x. Oh, what a beautiful hand, guys. What a beautiful hand. We'll start off with upper yard here. Shura would have been the only way to make that pull any better, but hey, that's okay. We got upper yard in here too. So we did a top search there. They're going to attack in. They give us an Enel, just finishing our curve for us beautifully. We're going to go in for 5 here, play out the Ohm. We found a dog, so we get to use that dog instead and save a card in hand. Seems good, but even if we didn't, we had one in hand just in case. Going wide. Seems good, guys. It seems so strong. Okay, -2. Looks like they're going to pop that. Okay, maybe play out a Brook. They're going to swing for 7 first. That's fine. Probably play out Brook. Yep, expected. So here we go. We're down to 2 life. We aggressively have been taking life here. Okay, we have a full power Gidatsu. So what are we going to do? Swing for 7. Swing for 5. I wanted to try to mislead him there, I guess, a little bit. I don't really know what the idea was there. We're going to get rid of that card now, the Brook with the Gidatsu, and we have a 6,000 power character. They're going to play out Tashigi, -2 to the Ohm. Very nice. They're going to use it on the Ohm. That seems like the right call. Let's see how they're going to follow this up, though, because I don't know if they can follow up with like a Rebecca plus Brook here. They're going to have to do something else. Okay, -1 more and play out another Brook seems like the call. Very nice. Yep, Brook's very strong. Brook is very strong. We all know that. Okay, 6 into 4. Let's see if they want to give me a 2K, 1K for that, because I will gladly take it. Okay, and they said that card was worth it. I seriously doubt it, by the way. I seriously doubt that card was worth that, but hey, that's okay. That does change my plan a little bit, because now I need to go around that. We'll go 5 into 4. I'm really trying to milk cards from them now, right? They chose not to. So we're going to tap that down. We'll go 6 into 4. And now we're kind of just bullying the board a little bit, right? We're really taking control of the board there. How did I rest the pause? So how did I rest the Brook? For any of the new players who might be wondering, Braum has an activate main. Not on play. It's not on play. It's activate main. Trash a 1 cost or lower stage. It could be yours or your opponent's, right? Trash a 1 cost or lower stage and rest a 4 cost or lower character. So I rest the character. I smash into it with the Luffy, and here we go. So it was risky doing it in that way, I guess, because my Luffy is in jeopardy now and he's gone. But at the same time, we're in a position where I think we could have got where we get away with that. Okay, we'll see what they decide to do here. So I think we're just going to get rid of this Tashigi and say, all right, man, this guy's up against the ropes right now. We're coming in for 7. We're coming in for 7. Push this guy back, and then it's going to be coming in for 8. Your turn. When he attacks into my life, I get Braum directly into play for free. It doesn't even cost a card from hand because I'm at 2 or less life at that point. And I have removal on the board. I have a Rusher in hand. We are in a very good position right now. We're in a very good position. All right, they're going to swing in for, was this 10? Looks like 10 or 11. Coming for 10. Yeah, well, again, we will happily take that because this card comes right into play. T-Bone pops my guy. They pass. They concede. Yeah, there was no way out of it. They had 2, 4, 5, 6. They had 6K counter in hand. But again, guys, how are you supposed to get out of just... It would have been swing 7, and then all the rest on my leader. So it would have been swing 7. That would have been 3. Oh, that would have only been 3 Dawn. So it would have been swing 7, swing 12. There's just no way out of it. Okay, good stuff. Now, that was it for the red-yellow Sabo Sky Island version. Now we've got 3 super heavy trigger versions, okay? We got 3 games of red-yellow Sabo going super heavy triggers, okay? And when I say triggers, we're talking, I named this deck Trigger Happy. And this is OP09, by the way. So we're talking about roughly 50 triggers in this deck. Something along those lines. It might be like 42 or something, or 45, but it's a lot of triggers, guys. It's a lot. Here we go. So we're going to play out a blocker. We swing it for 6, they take it. We play out the blocker Karasu. They play out Issho. Seems good. Swing for 7. We get the Nico Robin, which allows you to play out a 3-cost or lower character from your hand. A 3-cost or lower yellow character from your hand. Okay, we're going to play out the Nami. Get rid of that Issho. Get that thing out of here, buddy. We'll swing in for 6. 6 into 6. We can't really get past that, right? I mean, you know, that's from the effect they played last turn. Our board is nothing crazy yet, by the way. Like, our board is definitely nothing crazy. They're going to swing in for 7 here. 7 into 5. I get a Braum. Seems good. I mean, I'm going to get a trigger every time, right? So it shouldn't be like, oh, wow, lucky. It's like, well, no. Every card in my deck's a trigger. Okay, so right here, we're going to swing for 6. How do we want to do this? Yep, 7 first. We'll swing 7 into 6. This will cost a 2K counter. We'll attach 1 Dawn here. Pull this guy over, you know, push that to there. Swing in for 6 more. And I don't know if I want to attack yet. I want to keep forcing them to play out these 5-cost targets because I have another way to remove it in hand, right? I have another Nami in my hand. Okay, let's see if they do that. 9 Dawn. They play out Oden. Okay, Oden's... Now, I don't have an answer for Oden. They're going to swing for 6 here. I can block and 2K counter. Seems good. Okay, well, here we go, guys. They are at 6 life still. Let's see what we choose to do here. We'll swing... I think we're just going to 6. Just going to 6 them out of here. Yeah, just swing for lots and lots of 6s. 7s as well. 7s are good for 2K counters. Seems good. Push this back. Give a buff to that guy. Play out the Nico Robin. Maybe. It looks like I'm considering playing out Nico Robin. Yeah, I would just swing all out here. I like the idea of just swinging all out here, guys, to be honest. Yep. Loading up there. I decided to pass. I don't know. Looking back, guys, that was too indecisive. I either needed to play out the Nico Robin or not. You know what I mean? I think that would have been the right call. Or just attack. Okay, 8 into 6. He's going to get to stand his guy up after this attack. I should just let it go. Okay, so I let that card go. He can pay 3 and stand it up. So swing 7 into that one. That's fine. He's going to stand up his Oden. He's going to swing for 8 more into face. I will take that. We'll use it to pop that card to cycle a card. And now we have a few options here. I could try to go for the Oden, or I could try to go for a game. Or not necessarily game, but like start putting on the pressure. Because Oden is an 8 cost, is an 8,000 power character. Yeah, I kind of like just going 15 into 8. It's like, hey, if you've got like double Radical Beam or something and you can get them out, by all means. Okay, they get out the Okiku. That's fine. We're not too worried about that. They will be able to tap our guy down and go for him this turn. But we're going to be able to take this hit. Excuse me, we won't take that hit, I guess. I think we should have taken that and popped this guy, drew a card. That's okay. Okay, they play out the Rosinante. 6 into 4. I'm trying to see if I want to save this card or not. I'm like, should I try and save this? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I should, but I might. I don't know, guys. This game was from a while ago. I don't remember this game at all. Let me make sure. Are we on 2x speed? Yeah, we are. Okay. So we swung for 10 into 8. He gives me 2K. We're going to pop that card because that card can only protect 5-cost characters, right? The Rosinante. They play out Momonosuke. That seems pretty good. They search up a Denjiro. Again, seems pretty good. They can play that out now and swing for 6 or 7 with their leader. 9, we will take that. I decide not to use the effect here. Maybe should have just to draw a card, just to cycle. That's okay. I think what happened there? Hang on a second. Okay, so they swung for. They play out Denjiro. Swing for 8. We take it. We get a Sanji trigger. Seems good. Okay. So now there's definitely an idea here to start going for game, but guys, I just keep aggressively going for the board because I think I can outvalue this deck. Like, I actually think I can outvalue an Oden, red-green Oden. As long as they stop getting all these Momonosuke's, I think we're good. I think we're in good shape. So, but then they get Otama. They have Otama, Momonosuke. They have a lot of searchers. But look at our board compared to theirs. We have a card advantage as well. They're going to swing for 10 into 5. Okay, pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. I think I should just let it go. Just let it go. Okay, here we go. I was very indecisive this game. I don't know what it was. Every now and then when you're playing, you try out like new strategies and whatnot, but it's just like, I don't know what the point is in being so indecisive. Okay, so I think we're going to swing for 8 here. Yep, swing for 8. And then we can push this card back. Whoops. So definitely a play mistake there. I should have pushed the Nami back to life and then plus 2,000 to the Sanji and swing in like that. Very clumsy game there. Very ugly game. But hey, we got the job done in the end. Okay, let's keep going. I think, all right, we're doing pretty good on time. We're just now approaching an hour, and I think we've got about 5 games left. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so this game's against Sanji, guys. Against Red Promo Sanji. You're going to start seeing this locally, I'm sure. I think a lot of people were looking forward to this deck. I don't think this deck was as good as some people thought it would be, but I still think it's been pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool leader, pretty fun. Okay, so they swing in for 5. We 1K counter out. We do have to respect their rush potential. So we're going to swing for 5. Okay, play out the Nami. Pop that guy by trashing the other Braum. We can't let him have that card. Okay, plays out Pell. Very annoying. He's going to get that card rush. He's going to swing in, pop our Jory Bonnie. Yep. Unfortunate. Oh, but we did get a Satori. We did get a Satori, guys. We'll go ahead and play that out by trashing the Nico Robin. And, yeah, if we can weather the storm and keep eating our opponent's board, I think we can very, very easily win this game. Okay. 6 into 6. I love it. You know, absolutely love that, guys. We're going to keep taking these cards from his hand. Now that I see he wants to defend the card, I'm actually just going to keep going all in on it. And just keep going all in on it. 6s, 8s, 7s, getting everything. We'll do a Dareshi and we'll grab a 2K counter and a Nami. Your turn. I'm back up to 4 life. When he attacks in, I get to pop a character. We're just in an absolutely, like, perfect position, right? Okay, they play out the Newgate. Very annoying. They're going to pop. I don't know what they thought they were going to pop, guys. They couldn't pop anything. Swing 9 into 7. Oof. I don't really want to give that up, guys. That's a lot of board pressure for me. I really don't want to give that card up, but I might choose to here. Yeah, I think I should 2K, 1K. Yep, perfect. I don't know about the blocker there. Maybe I should have gotten rid of one of my Namis, but that's all right. All right, so guess what? 8 into 8. Give me those cards, buddy. Just give me them cards. We'll play out a Nami. We'll trash a card here to pop one of their dudes, one of their cards. And nice. We got a Nico Robin to trash the top card of their life next turn if we need it. We have 2 characters on the board. Anytime he swings into me, I can use that Nami that's in my life and just pop something on the board. Oh, very nice. Playing out. Did not expect that. Played out the Rayleigh. They decide to not attack, so I can't cycle. All right, we'll play out the Nico Robin, trash a card from the top of their life. That hurts. That really hurts them, guys. And they took that. This is a awful position for them to be in. Playing out another Rayleigh. Hey, chaining Rayleighs together is probably not the worst thing in the world, guys. It's probably not the worst play possible. Okay, gonna swing for 7. We'll take it. We'll go and trash this card, popping the Koala. We get to draw from it. Okay, we'll play out the beige. Show you guys a little trick I've been working on here. Show you guys a little trick. Okay, we're gonna swing for 7. We're going for fate. The game's pretty much over, but watch this, guys. Oh, swing for 7 with beige, huh? Interesting number. And he's a 3-cost or higher character. Push the beige back to life. Plus 2,000 to the Nekomamushi. It looks like he didn't have the plus 2,000 because remember he had minus 2,000 from the Rayleigh. But hey, that got him out of the minus 2,000, so he was just a plus. He was like zeroed out. But when the turn ended, he would be plus 2,000 on my opponent's turn. Okay, but then I swing it for 7. The game was over. It was going to be. Yeah, this game was way over, right? Because it was going to be swing for 7 right there, and then it was going to be swing for 7, and then swing for 7 more. Excuse me. No way out of that one. Okay, we got a little bit more games here, guys. We got this one, and then let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 5 more games after this one. Okay, speed 2x. Here we go. 10-minute game here. We got these on 2x. Don't worry, guys. We'll get through this. We're gonna make it through. I know a lot of people really like the Red Yellow Sabo games though. I can watch Red Yellow Sabo games pretty much all day. It's such an interesting leader. You can build it in so many ways. And this is the last version we're doing of the all-in trigger version from OP09. Wow, check this guy out, man. Double Uda start. Double Uda start, guys. The 2-cost Uda. I can't attack that with my leader. It is immune to leader KO or whatever, leader damage. So we pop it with Nami. We're not too worried about that. They pop it with Gidatsu. Seems really good, guys. Did y'all see that combo? Uda plus Gidatsu popping a +2 on his effect, pretty much. That's wild. All right, we play out the Bello Betty. We draw a card, and now we have a card we can keep pushing back to life. Okay, let's see what happens here. 7 into that. Seems good. And now I think we just push that card back. We'll play out the Karasu, then we'll push back the Bello Betty. We'll swing for 6. We have a 3-cost 6K blocker on the board now. Your turn. Bello Betty is at a point now, by the way, where every time this hits the field, watch this. Okay, I think I'm going to counter out of this one. Oh no, I have another Nico Robin in hand. So every time they attack in now, oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, that card completely plays around what I was just saying. That seems pretty good. So now my Bello Betty cannot just come directly into play. That Kuzan was insane, guys. Not the black one, the yellow one. We'll pop the black one though, so that way we can they don't have any cost reduction on their turn, which is a big part of the problem for Kyros, right? We're playing against black yellow Kyros. They need cost reduction. It's like, hey, if you want to give me a bunch of life, I'll tell you what, I'll take a bunch of life. Okay, swing for 6 here. I need to get out of one of these. I don't know what excuse me. I used that effect. Pause. So I took the hit, popping the Kuzan so he didn't get the extra attack, and then we went about it that way. Okay, so I play out the Bello Betty, but I don't get to draw a card from the effect, unfortunately, because we gained so much life that last turn. They pop it with a Hina. Seems good. And here we go. Okay, they're down to 4 cards in hand, but we're up to 3 life. That's the thing about Red Yellow Sabo, guys, is he can start gaining life, and it seems, it's pretty strong. 7 into 6, they give me a 2K counter. I'm going to play out the Kikanojo. I'm going to play out the Sanji. Again, I still have 3 life, and I have 6K counter in hand. And one of the cards in my life is Karasu, and that card will come into play as a blocker. Okay? 5 into 5. Interesting. He's getting kind of greedy here. I'm going to use the Nami. We're going to KO the Gidatsu. He's going to swing for 5 more into life. I'm going to take that. We get Braum. Remember, guys, every card in this deck is a trigger. There's not one card in the deck I think that's not a trigger. There might be a few. So here we go. We get the Braum. He plays out Gecko. Let's see what kind of spicy tech this guy's got for Gecko. He needs Viola in his trash so he can set his cards back. Okay, but he pushes back a Kikanojo to the bottom of my life with the Kuzan. And here we go. That Kuzan's really nice, guys. It comes out in OP09. I believe it's a 4-cost 5K, 1K counter on play. You push a 3-cost or lower back to the opponent's life, and then they trash a card. Like the opponent trashes a card. It's actually very strong. Okay, so we're going to smash 12 into there. We're going to push this guy back. I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm trying to get them to turn their cards sideways here. The only thing that can really save them at this point is something like another Gecko. Like they need more and more Geckos. 9-cost Yamato is also very powerful here because it can pop my Sanji very easily. But notice my life, guys. Every time he attacks into my life, I'm getting a card back, right? I'm going to be getting a card on the field every attack. Okay, swing for 5. I take it. We get the Braum. There might have been an argument there to block on that and force attacks into my Sanji, but I would rather take hits right now. Look at that. They play out the Yamato, just like we were saying. Okay, because they were trying to time that, right? They were trying to time that where they could take out my Sanji with a block and then take out my dude, take out the guy that came into play with the Yamato. Very smart. Very, very, very smart play. And we're swinging for 10. And I'm just going to keep gaining life, guys. And I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 8K counter in hand. 8K counter. We're looking pretty good right now. And remember, every time they attack into me, I'm getting a guy directly into play. Okay, we'll counter out of one of these so that we for sure cannot lose here. We'll take that one. There's a Braum. Okay. And remember, he can swing for 10. He's going to swing for 7 there. Interesting. So I'm going to take that. I've got a blocker now if I need it. Swing for 9. We're going to take that because I'm feeling like I can't lose now. Like, okay, hey, you just kind of sealed your own fate. Because if you swing in for, okay, Ice Age, what is Ice Age going to do? I'm curious. So I think he meant to somehow KO the Karasu, like he did the math wrong or something. Like, maybe he should have used a Gastino. No, Gastino just pushes it to life like the Kuzan does, so I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, I could either block out or counter, so I just showed the guy, like, hey, look, I've got the counter in hand. Otherwise, I'd have just blocked out, not wasted my counter. Really good game. Okay, now, we've got 5 games of Red Yellow Sabo now. They're called Degen. Okay, let's see what that means. Okay, I don't remember doing these, guys. I must have filmed these games like probably like a month or so ago. It's been a while. So let's get through these games. Let's see what we got. Let's see what I got in store for you guys. This deck is called Degen, apparently. Okay, maybe that stands for Degenerate. I'm not sure. I think it has a lot of KO is what's going on. Just pure rush, pure KO. We'll see what happens. We're playing against Purple Black King here. They get an Onigashima stage to start. Seems good. We'll swing for 5. Let's see if he wants to give me some cards. He can't really stop it, right? He has to give me all his cards. Swing for 6. Draw 2, trash 1. We'll trash that guy. We'll swing for 5 more, guys. I'm just all gas, no brakes right now. And that's really a problem. I don't want to say it's a problem. I don't want to use that word too loosely. But that's one of the issues that we're facing as 4 life leaders, where it's like, man, it's so hard not having that 1 extra life. That 1 extra life actually matters so much. Okay, well, there's no way we're going to be going into this Jack right here. We're just going to start beating this guy down. Just absolutely beating him down, right? All right, so I need to do this just right. We'll play this out, push this guy back, swing for 7 more. Guys, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Drop him down to 1 here or 1 card in hand. All right. Just waiting on them. Okay, they take it. They get an Ice Age. Oh, well. It happens. We'll take it. They swing in for 6 here. We're going to gladly take this and try to get some triggers from life. Let's see what we get. They do have a Jack on the board. The only thing I'm scared of right now are blockers. They swing for 8. Beautiful. We were expecting a trigger. I think this deck is like the other one, the trigger happy version, where it's like 90% triggers and the rest are rush cards, I believe. Okay, they did pop my guy there. Oh well, we're gonna swing for swing 7, swing 9. I think that's the play right here. Okay, push that guy back before I attack in case they have another Ice Age or Tempest Kick or Who's Who or something. They get a top 5 search. Your turn. Okay, they just tap out. GG. That was a fun one. They could have played out a blocker, but I guess the problem is they only have, well, I don't know. If they played out a blocker, they probably could have, you know, gotten another turn in maybe. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. Well, actually, hang on. If they play out that blocker, I just, well, I could pop it with Nami. I think I could pop it with Nami and just swing in for 10 and they couldn't get out of it. Something like that, guys. Who knows? GG. Okay, next game. This one's versus a Black-Yellow Linlin. My first love. No, no, but seriously, it's against Black-Yellow Linlin. This is a leader that I really do enjoy. Did I 2x speed this? Nope. That was a close one. That was a close one, guys. That was a close one. So Black-Yellow Linlin is one of those leaders where hopefully it gets some support soon. Because if they found a way... Okay, they swung it for 8, guys. We're going to take that. We get a Satori trigger. Notice how many triggers we're running, guys. We're running a lot of triggers in this deck. But if Black-Yellow Linlin could get some kind of way to make their leader effect cheaper, like give them a card that attaches to Dawn, like the 2-cost 3,000 power 7 Warlords Blackbeard. If they gave Linlin an effect like that, that would just be awesome. Then the leader would be very, very usable because you're really only using like 2 Dawn at that point, you know? Like using 2 Dawn for a leader effect is not bad when it's gaining you a life and swinging for 7. Okay. So we got to draw 2, trash 1 there a little bit, I think. They're going to swing in for 2 with the Cracker here. Seems good. We'll draw 2, trash 1, and we'll get a Frankie trigger. We'll take it every single time, guys. Swing in for 6. We'll counter out of this one. We don't want to dip too low. Okay, 7 into 5. It's like, hey, you want to save that card? I don't think so. We'll get plus 2,000 there. Attach 1 Dawn to the Bonnie. We'll swing for 7. And then I think we'll swing for 6 and then 7. Well, let's see. They might have got a trigger. Let's see what they got. They got a Cracker. Okay, very annoying. Well, okay, if that's the case, we do have to, I did a draw 2, trash 1. That's what that was. So now we'll swing in for 6, and then we'll swing in for 7. Your turn. This will probably get their last life card here, or they'll be down to 3 cards in hand. Beautiful. We'll take it. Okay, here we go. Their Cracker will have double attack. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, I guess we'll take that. I'm counting right now. You see down there, I'm like, okay, I have enough. Yeah, we'll take it. Draw 2, draw 1, excuse me. Then they smash in for 7. They want to gain a life, of course. And then I can just 2K, 1K out of this. They had to trash a Tinlin, guys. That feels so bad. I've done that so many times. Whoops. And they it looks like they just they gave up. I was going to 1K, 1K, 1K to counter out because I have no 2Ks in my hand. And then next turn was just going to be a bloodbath, guys. First of all, they had no triggers coming, and they only have 3K in hand. So it was going to be, you know, 7s on 7s on 7s on 7s. It's just so hard to get out of that. All right, let's keep going. We're making a good pace through these. All right, next up we have a game versus Green-Black Issho. We got some crazy off-meta stuff going on right now, right? All right, here we go. Green-Black Issho, guys. Black-Yellow Linlin, Green-Black Issho, Purple-Black King. Got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I love it. You'd love to see it. I don't think this version I'm running is especially good or anything. It's just been fun to play. Okay, they attack in. We get the Sanji. Seems good. They have Uruj. That's a very, very good card, so we got to get rid of it immediately, of course. Swing for 5. And then we can swing for 5 with this guy, too. Yeah, I don't think any card that I have is safe against a deck that's running any color black. Like any form of a color black or a deck that's running black. You might as well just swing. They're going to pop your characters. Just don't even risk it. And, hey, if they attack into my character, sure. Go ahead. We're saving life, you know, and we're going down in hand size if we need to turn on our Nami effect. Sabo's very annoying, I will say that. So there is an argument for me to save the character at this point. And let's see what happens, because they could swing in for 6 right here. I think I should save this. Absolutely, we're going to save that, and we're going to keep this pressure on, guys. We're going to keep the heat coming. Okay, what are we going to do here? Just waiting on the opponent here. Let's see what we decide to do. Swing for 6. I think it's going to be 3 6s, like every 2K count on their hand's gone. Yep, then I can play out a 5, or yeah, I like 6 and 7 is how I should have done that. Oh, no, excuse me, 6, 7, 8 is what it will be. I'll push that card back there, swing for 8, and then I can play out the 4-cost Cracker. Let's see if they have any trigger. We're just waiting for the opponent. Yep, and then here we go, play out the Cracker. We have a good board state. We're actually sitting pretty. We are sitting pretty, and that's an 8,000 power body. They end up popping it with a Ryuma by -1ing it with the leader effect. And here we go. That's a pretty cool interaction, running the Mihawk to cheat out the Ryuma to get some board presence. Because, guys, going wide on the board is a huge deal. It is a huge deal. Okay, so we use our trigger when they attack in, and we pop their dude. And that was their blocker, guys. That was their blocker. They're going to stand at the Ryuma, but I don't know what to say, guys. I'm not sure what to say here. This is a less than ideal position to be in. We'll pop their guy just to get it out of the way. We'll swing for 7. Now we're going to push that card back to life. We're going to swing for 7. Oh, they did punk Gibson our guy. They punked Gibson our Cracker, and now we can't swing with him. It might have been game over. It might have been game over if they didn't have that. But hey, they had it. That Punk Gibson's very strong. They're down to 0 life. We have 2 bodies on the board they have to worry about. And we have a card at the top of our life that comes directly into play. So technically, if you think about it, they have 3 bodies they have to worry about this turn. So here we go. And they have to play a blocker, right? They have to deal with both my bodies on the board, potentially one out of my life. And they just give up. Oh, man, unfortunate. So I don't think the game was over yet. I really don't think the game was over yet, because right there, they just don't attack into my life. Pass the turn, and then, oh, excuse me. Yeah, remember, that's what I was saying, they have to play a blocker, so I just swing 15 at face. GG. Okay, we got one more game, guys. We got one more game. This has been another one of those Red, Yellow, Sabo marathon type of videos. not as crazy as the 3-hour video, but getting close to an hour and a half for this one, probably close to 2 hours almost. Okay, so we're going to 1K counter to get out of that one. They're going to play out the Katakuri Bentham. Very nice. They're ramping in a strong way here. They ramped to ramp, right? So now they're at 5 Dawn. They're about to be on 7 when I'm still on 4. So I swing in for 9. They 0-cost 3K to get out of that, plus a 2K. We'll take it. Now their Katakuri Bentham is pretty much worthless, right? It doesn't do anything. They're going to swing for 5. 1K counter. They have 7 Dawn. Let's see what they choose to do with it. Ramp to 8. Play out Zoro Juro. Okay. That's annoying, right? They're going very wide very quickly. And I had a very slow start. All right, here we go. Play out this, looks like we're going to play out the Nami maybe. Yeah, swing for 6 here. They had to give me a 2K or a blocker. Pop that guy. Your turn. Now they have a target at least for their Katakuri Bentham. Okay, they're going to push that card. They're going to gain a life with the Linlin and give us a life. We'll take it. We'll take that. Beautiful. So we'll take that and or use that card to counter out. Looks like we're going to smash in for 9. Give me the blocker. We'll play out the Frankie. Their turn. Magellan. We'll trash a Dawn. Sure. We're at 7. We'll be at 9 next turn. We're going to counter out pretty aggressively here, I think. Unfortunately, I couldn't counter out of that one because I have a Yamato in hand. That would have been really nice to just pop the 9 cost. All right, we'll swing. They swing for 5 into me. We'll counter out. I wish I could have played out the Sanji, but I think it was a little too risky. Okay, so we'll play this guy out right here. We'll pop that. We'll swing 5 into there, and their turn. I'm saving the Frankie right there for when I absolutely need it. When I get a little bit of board presence back and I can start gaining life when it's close to the bottom of my life and get like massive value. At least that's my plan. Okay, they're getting aggressive here. I'm going to take some hits right here. I'm all about it. They swing in. We'll take a blocker. Swing for 8. We'll take that. Draw 2, trash 1. We'll cycle our hand out. Swing for 9. And we'll get another blocker. Seems good. They play out a queen. And here we go. Nice. Got Katakuri in this list. I haven't seen Katakuri in a while. We'll play out the Nami here. We'll pop that dude. We got a Gadatsu. I just kept missing like the perfect windows for Gadatsu. I just couldn't get a good timing with it, but oh well. 6 into 6 here. And then we're going to load Frankie up. What am I doing? 8 into 6. I'm like, I still have one more attack, so push this card. Yep, give that plus 2,000. Swing 12 into 9. Let's see, they can't save it. Okay, well, man, they're in a horrifying position now. They're in a terrible position now. They're going to play out the Kaido. They're going to pop that dude. They can't even swing into my Yamato. My Yamato's an 11, right? So they have to put the one last Dawn on that guy to get that effect. Okay, beautiful. So I think we should probably counter out of this one, then we'll take the next hit from the Kaido. Oh, well, we'll take it. We'll take this one too, I guess. We'll save that. And here we go. All right, so we'll swing 7 at face first, because guess where Frankie's going. Guys, once you get that Frankie loot going, it is outrageously strong. We're going everything into this Kaido right here, and then we'll swing for 5, we'll swing for 6. Okay. He can't keep that card. The Kaido was too strong at this late of the game, but we're doing pretty good now, guys. We have 2, 4, 6K counter in hand. We have 1 life. They have no cards on the field, and they just took their last life card to ramp to 9 Dawn to gain a life, and it looks like they're going to give me a life maybe. Let's see. Sure. Okay, we'll just take that probably. Actually, I'd want to counter out. Yeah, that Gadatsu's not worth anything. Okay, here we go. I think we swing for 11 and then 12, right? Or 13. Swing 11, swing 13. Do you have it? Even if he didn't, by the way, guys, let me explain how that would have gone. Oh, wow. He had the 10 cost Luffy in hand, too, by the way. If he did somehow survive out of that 13, all we have to do then is push the Yamato back to life, and then we're pretty safe, even if they choose to do the 10 cost play, right? Because we'll be able to get out of 2 attacks no matter what, and we'd have 3 life. So they'd swing for 9 with a Linlin, right? Then they'd swing 5 with Luffy. We counter out of that. Then they play out the 10 cost Luffy. You know, it goes about it that way. It ends up being really safe, and then they have no blocker. We go in for 15 the next turn. There's no way out. Okay, that was fun. That was a lot of games. A lot of red, yellow, Sabo, guys. So let's go ahead and break down these lists real quick. So this is the Revolutionary Army build that I was working on that has a little bit of KO built in, a little bit of like a triggered KO package right here, as well as a little bit of the Ace package, the Ace Goa Kingdom package. This is what I think will probably be the future for OP09 or something close to this, because then we also get access to some of these other really incredible cards. I want to fit Nico Robin in the deck. I think she's just too strong not to run, especially since we're already playing the Joribanis. At that point, maybe it just completely takes the position of Kikanojo. I don't know. I'm not sure, guys. And if it takes the place of Kikanojo, then we actually can go up to probably 4 aces and down to 2 of these aces. Like 4 of the 5 costs and 2 of the 2 costs. What else? And then also Bello Betty. I think this card is just extremely good. And the same thing with the other guy. So Bello Betty and Karasu. Where's Karasu at? Right here. Here he is. Now notice how many 2K counters I'm running, guys. I'm not running any, right? I'm running 4. I'm running 4 koalas. If I were to try to make any kind of improvement to this list, especially once OP09 comes out, I think this guy, I think this guy just goes straight in the deck. We could, at this point, putting in the Bartholomew Kumas, we probably can take out, it's hard to say, guys, maybe go down to 2 Kumas, like 2 of the 2 cost Kumas, and maybe we don't need the Dragon at that point. If we're going to go up to 4 aces, maybe we don't need Dragon. But man, this was a nice closer, guys. That Dragon was a nice card for closing. But that is something we'll have to think about. We'll have to do some brainstorming on. Because remember, guys, even though, yes, you can search up Dragon with Bello Betty, the most important search in this entire deck is actually Emporio Ivankov. Because this is our tempo one, right? First of all, Bello Betty gets to look at 5 targets. Emporio-Ivankov only gets to look at 3, and he can only play out a character that has 5,000 power or less. That's Revo Army. Pause and read it if you don't know what it does. But guys, let me run through the list and we'll talk about it real quick. It's running 4 Karasu, 4 Koala, 4 Kuma, 4 Bello Betty, 4 Morley, 4 Lindbergh, 4 Emporio-Ivankov. Very straightforward package at the top there, guys. Very straightforward Revo Army package. And then it's running 2 Dragons, 4 Kikinojo, 2 Joribani, 4 Nami, 3 and 3 of the 2 cost and 5 cost Ace, 2 Fire Fists, and 2 Galaxy Wings. So, yeah, this list felt really strong, guys, and I think it only gets better in OP09. And I don't know. I don't think we should fully get rid of Dragon. So if I was implying that, I definitely don't mean that. But it might be time to say goodbye to Kikinojo. That feels horrible, guys. That feels absolutely horrible. But we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. And because I think the reason I say that is, number one, there's actually like a perfect transition to just remove 4 of these and go up 4 of these. I mean, like, it's just a 1-to-1. Like, I get a trigger body that comes into play potentially, because remember, you have to have, your opponent has to be at 3 or less life for this to happen. And then for Bartholomew Kuma, you and your opponent have to have 5 or less life altogether for it to come into play. But this is also a 2K counter. Now, yes, it's not a 4-cost 6K, but hey, if I start doing a Kuma loop, that's going to be nasty as well, right? Because you have to attach 2 Dawn versus 1, but you're swinging in, and then you don't have to let it play out to the board if you don't need to. You can have it come back to life and use it as a 2K counter. So the card's very strong. The other cards that I really, really want to try to fit into the deck, it'll probably take the place of Morley pretty much right away, unfortunately, because this card has won me games, guys. This card has won me games where I just bash in, right? But hey, there are better options now, I think, available to us in the form of Karasu, the 3-cost yellow blocker on the screen right here, and also the 3-cost Bello Betty. Now, Bello Betty has its weaknesses where it cannot be searched up by Bello Betty the Searcher. However, it can be searched up by the most important searcher in the game, that I call it, or the most, excuse me, not in the game. For our deck it is, but no, the most important searcher in the deck is Emporio-Ivankov for us. So it can come into play from that. And if we're down to 2 or less life cards, we're drawing a card. Guess what? If we're down to 2 or less life cards, our ace is turned on. So I think that is like a major, major theme we need to try to work around, is going down to 2 life very aggressively every game. And because of that, I'd like to work in the Flampeys, but Flampey is, that's hard to do, right? Like, it's hard. Like, there's so much going on right here. Every single Revo Army card we take out of the deck makes this search less consistent and makes this search less consistent, potentially, right? Unless we take cards out like the Nami or the Ace, and I don't really want to take those out. So we'll have to see what happens. Guys, I'm definitely like deep in the tank on this one. I'm trying to figure this out because I think this is our best way going forward until OP10. Guys, that new Supernova package from OP10, I'm not going to say any more. I'm not going to say any more. But let me just leave it on the board here for you guys to just kind of brainstorm. They haven't like fully updated it. But guys, there's a few cards coming out in OP10 that are Supernova that are just really, really good. If you want to pause and read what's on the screen right here. These two, loving every minute of this. And this is not all fully updated yet. Just understand that, guys. At the time of recording this, this has not been updated yet. There's even more cards coming out for not for Revo Army, but for Supernova. It should be interesting. We'll talk about that more later. That's a future video. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. That's a future video. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go back to like the Revo Army stuff here. These are the options we have. I think this card is finally available for us in English in the West, but I think it's a little bit expensive. It's a little pricey. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't really care for this card in what we're doing. Is it a good effect? Absolutely it is. Yes, it is absolutely a very, very strong effect. However, I don't think we need it for what we're doing. But it is a nice, another 1-drop if you want to try it. You know, if anyone wants to try that out, tell me how it goes for you, and we'll consider it more on the channel, you know, in these games. But other than that, guys, I think we're playing the best package of Revo Army in here, while still, you know, making room for cards like the Aces, the Bonnies, and the Namis. Because I just think that this package right here, it's probably going to be, let's see, 2 + 4 is 6. And 6, so it's like a 12 to 15 card package. That's where I kind of want it to be at, and that's where let me just say that I want 15 spots in the deck. I know it's 50. There's only 50 cards in a deck, right? I want 15 cards reserved for just tech, spice, whatever you're trying to do with it. Tech, spice, and everything nice, right? It's like a Powder Puff or Powerpuff Girl. Powder Puff? Powerpuff? Guys, it's been a while. It's like a one of those quotes from way back in the day. I think it's the Powder Puff Girls. I have no idea. So back then, I'm an old man, right? That came on like right around the time of like Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory. Hey, for any of my old heads out there, this is probably bringing back nostalgia. You know, it's like a nostalgia overdose, right? Those were the good days, man. Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was Cartoon Network is what it was on. Anyway, back to One Piece. Okay, that might have to be a topic in the future. The cartoons I grew up on, because that's just fun to talk about, to reminisce and have nostalgia about for us old people. But other than that, guys, I am considering a lot of these, like Koala. The card is growing on me a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of what it's doing. However, the thing that's really nice about this is it is letting us go down in life, right? Because read what it does, guys. 6 cost, 6K Revo Army, blocker, on play. You may add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, and then play up to 1 cost 4 or lower Revo Army card from your hand and draw a card. So I can pull a card from my life, getting me closer to my 2 life, zone where I want to access, which is what I want access to with cards like Bello Betty and Ace. It drops me down a life, and then what does it let me do? It lets me cheat out essentially a 4-cost Revo Army character, something like Karasu, something like Lindbergh, or what was the other one we were just looking at, the 2K counter, Karasu. It can let me cheat these cards out, and it's a 6K blocker, and then I draw a card. Right? So it's like I get closer to my 2 life, I get a blocker, I cheat out a body, and I draw a card. So it does have a lot of value, but guys, it is easier said than done when you're actually in a game. It does not come up as often as you might think. It's actually very tough. Not saying it doesn't happen, not saying it's impossible, but it is very tough. Okay, well, that's it for this deck, guys. Let's move on to the next one. The next one that we were going to go over, that was the Revo Army one, and now the Sky Island one has not changed. I think it's still called Red Yellow Sabo Skate or something like that. Let me see. SK8. Yep, here it is. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. It's got the Brahms, the wipers, yeah. This list, I have showed this off before. And guys, now that I've been now that I've been messing around with the Goa Kingdom version, I'm already leaning towards dropping this for the 5-cost 7K Ace and just making it that much more aggressive. That would be the next natural progression for this deck. I think I would actually consider just dropping Enel, dropping Luffy, and these 5 cards right here literally becoming Ace. Okay, literally becoming just 2 of these and 3 of these. Just that simple, that basic, that easy. Because I'd be taking out 5 rush cards. I would kind of be adding 5 rush cards, but in a different way. So maybe even going 4 aces in just 1 of these. I mean, something along those lines. I would try to make it 4 and 2, to be honest. Like maybe go down a Jewelry Bonnie and go like 4 aces. So go down 1 Bonnie, -2 Enel, -3 Luffy, and go up 4 of these 5-cost aces and 2 of the mini ace. That's where my head's at right now. But guys, this is a very strong deck, but I do think it's like, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's lacking something, and maybe this is what it was lacking, just some type of like finisher OTK combo potential. Because what ends up happening against some of the meta decks is you start stalling out a little bit. And this deck, yes, it does have Nami, but notice it doesn't have a ton of triggers. It only has 4. Okay, so 4, 7, 9, plus 8. 17, and you'll have 4 of these. So there's like 21 triggers in the entire deck, and then it would go down to 20 if we dropped 1 Bonnie to add the stuff I was saying. Maybe we drop the Wiper. Maybe that's another option. That's something I have to work on. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this deck, because while it is very solid, I do think we have more potential right now out of the Revo Army package. Because, Gadatsu, how do I say this? The Revo Army package kind of already does what this deck does. They both have the same amounts of like removal. They're both going to have the same amounts of board flood, like with the Ohm. Where's Ohm at? Right here. Like with the Ohm flood versus the 5-cost Imperial Ivankov flood. But then also, the Revo Army stuff has way more trigger options, right? Which seems crazy, right? Because we're talking Satori's in here, Shura, Braum. But think about it, guys. We just looked at it. Like, what did Revo? Revo had all this stuff, guys. Revo had Bello, Betty, and Kuma very soon. But not even counting what's coming out, it already had the Kumas. We were already running like utility Kumas, like in the place where Shura would probably be technically. Well, I guess it's search. Bello Betty doesn't have a trigger like Shura does for the Searcher package, but still, we're trading out a 2-cost trigger for a 2-cost trigger that has utility removal. And then we also have the Morleys, we also have the Lindberghs, and then, like I said, so we have about the same amount of triggers, actually, that are, like, completely locked to type. However, Once we get to OP09, it just goes way lopsided the other way, right? It just becomes way more lopsided in the other direction. Okay, because I didn't even mention Fire Fist and Galaxy Wing, but I also didn't mention the other one should disappear. It's close. It's a very close matchup there, like between which one's better, but I think the Revo Army stuff is just a little bit better at what we're trying to do. Okay, so that was the Sky Island version. What else? Oh, Trigger Happy. We had the Trigger Happy version. Red, Yellow, Sabo. I think I literally called it Trigger Happy. Yeah. Was this it? No, this is an old version. Hang on, guys. That was an old version of Red, Yellow, Sabo. What did I call it? Maybe it was RYS. This one? Triggereshi? Yeah, that's it. Like, instead of Dureshi, it was Triggereshi. Here it is, guys. This is the version we were just looking at. That was the Trigger Happy version. That was the games versus the Black Yellow Kyros, the Red Sanji, and the Red Green Oden. Really crazy games, right? But yeah, this was... guys, this version is straight triggers. I mean 100% triggers, as you can see on the board here. And it's pretty cool. It is kind of cool, to be honest. But at the same time, I like... If we're going to stick to a type, I actually think it should be the Revo Army right now for OP09. I hate to sound like a broken record, but that is the truth, guys. That is the... That's like the way going forward, I feel like. But Dureshi does make things very interesting. It allows us to build totally however we want to with just red, yellow triggers, right? And we can go from there. Because, guys, this can search up things like Fire Fist. This can search up things like the Galaxy Wink and whatever else. We can even search up Flaming Dragon Kings if we want to. There's so many different options. There's a lot of different options for Dureshi. It lets us build in a very, very different way. Okay, so good stuff here. I don't want to spend too much time on this one either. And then we got one more deck to look at. It's called Degen. See, the problem is I have no idea. If I didn't call it Red, Yellow, Sabo Degen, then I have no idea what this one is, guys. Y'all give me just a second. Dumpster Fire? I don't think so. Yeah, not sure about this one, guys. If I find it, I will try to link it down in the comment section. Hang on. Relentless Aggression? I don't think that's it. We'll look at this, whatever this is. Oh, this is like a version I was messing with this version's no good. This version was with like straight rushers. It's like, nah, it just felt weak. It felt terrible. Okay, let me look one more time. I'll try to just blast through this. Because I don't know otherwise what it would be. But one thing I do want to mention too while I'm looking for it. The other thing we have to really consider going forward is, you know, some people probably still, like, I don't think they want to go Revo Army. Some people want to stick to the more control package. I will be working on a video for that as well in the future. Because, guys, 7-cost Ben Beckman is absolutely insane. And when your curve is like, you know, 3 Dawn, let's just say you have Zoro, right? Turn 2, swing with Zoro. Turn 3, Nami, pop your guy. Turn 4, Ben Beckman, pop your guy. Turn 5, at that point, maybe we run Katakuri. Bounce your dude, and you just have so much tempo on curve. That is something we will look at in the future, for sure. Man, what did I call this thing? Hang on 1 second, guys. Odd? No, it's not that one. Well, again, I don't want to be too annoying to everybody right now, guys, but I don't know what I called this deck. Like I said, if I find it, Radial Saba Control? Search? No, it's not that for sure. Okay, we're just going to go back to what we were looking at with the Red, Yellow, Sabo RevGo version. So this is the version I do recommend, guys. Go with Kingdom, and this version right here, I think, are our best bet as Red, Yellow, Sabo currently. The control version is still doing very well, by the way, guys. I know I see people posting it in the Discord all the time, or people talking about it in the comment section. Like, I know it's still working very fine, very well. And hey, if it's more your style, I think you should absolutely stick with it, right? And tell us how it goes. Tell us how you're doing with it. But until then, you know, or for now, let me say this. I am leaning more towards the Goa version. I am leaning more towards this Revo version. But guys, that's the beauty of this leader. There are so many ways to build it. We have to find out what the best version is for OP09. Okay? All right, guys. I'm done. Finally done. Let's go ahead and put up the, where is it? Playmat page. There we go. Okay, so big shout out to everybody who supports the channel, guys. Whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing, guys, to help out the channel, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And to everybody who bought the playmat, I hope you guys are really enjoying that. And then last but not least, guys, to all the patrons out there, big shout out to everybody who supports the channel in this way, guys, just donating to try and help me out. Thank you guys so much. Keeping the dream alive. Here we are, man. We're still rocking and rolling, right? Okay. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put them down in the comment section below. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.